On June 24, 2025, around 4:43 p.m., a single bolt of lightning struck Lake Murray in Lexington County, South Carolina. The strike seemed to come out of nowhere, occurring over the designated swim area on what had been a sunny and hot afternoon. Despite no rain falling, the bolt delivered an electric jolt through the water and a metal safety cable surrounding the beach area. In the aftermath, 20 people were injured, with 12 adults and children hospitalized for non-life-threatening injuries. So how did this happen? Let's dive into what we know so far. Although the sky overhead appeared clear, a pop-up thunderstorm had formed earlier in the afternoon to the south. It generated a bolt from the blue, a type of lightning strike that travels horizontally before descending into the water. One moment everything was fine. The next, a massive bolt of lightning struck the lake. It hit the water near the beach, sending massive amounts of electricity surging through the designated swimming area. This particular bolt came from a distant storm cell, which added to its deadliness. Known as a bolt from the blue, these strikes can originate miles away from the main rain and thunderclouds, making them deceptively dangerous. People at the lake never saw the approaching storm or received any warnings. In addition to the swimmers, several boats were in the immediate vicinity when the lightning hit the water. Fortunately, the electrical current seemed to be mostly contained to the shoreline. The lightning bolt traveled along a metal buoy line that surrounds the swim area, similar to a safety cable used at many beaches. Witnesses reported seeing a flash of light followed by an explosion and a loud clap of thunder. Some swimmers had been holding onto the cable when the strike occurred. Those who were holding the cable or in direct contact with the water felt the full force of the electric shock. Others nearby still felt the disruptive current through the water. One witness described the experience. It was like the earth completely stopped. Everything froze. My legs were numb. Then my ears rang. I felt like I couldn't move. My boyfriend and I looked at each other, and then everything went black. She was hospitalized overnight with temporary numbness, vomiting, and concerned she might be paralyzed. But she eventually recovered. Several others were treated at the scene. Reports indicate mostly minor burns, neurological shock, and temporary numbness. No fatalities were reported. Sunny and hot with darker storm clouds to the south. There was no rain or thunder immediately overhead at the time of the strike. However, witnesses reported hearing a clap of thunder right after the lightning hit the water. This incident highlights the reasons why people were caught off guard. First, no radar warnings. The main storm cell containing the lightning was distant enough that local Doppler radar didn't flag it until after the event. Even if people were monitoring weather radar, there likely wouldn't have been any alerts. Second, lightning at a distance. Bolts from the blue are known to occur miles away from the main storm center. This creates a rare but deadly situation where people can be struck by lightning without any warning signs. Distant bolts like this one often go undetected and unobserved until they strike. So what exactly caused this bolt from the blue to occur? Unfortunately, specifics about the exact sequence of events leading up to the strike haven't been publicly released yet. However, here's what we know generally about bolts from the blue. They form when powerful updrafts within a thunderstorm carry small ice particles high into the atmosphere. As the particles collide with larger hailstones, they gain electrical charge. Bolts from the blue carry more electrical current than typical lightning strikes because they form from the collision of ice particles rather than the separation of opposite charges. They remain subcloud or intercloud lightning. They don't connect with the ground. When they strike a conductive surface like water, they can travel horizontally for some distance before dissipating. Factors like humidity, air temperature, and the presence of other charged particles influence how far a bolt from the blue will travel. Once they make contact with the ground or a conductive object like a metal fence or cable in water, bolts from the blue can cause significant damage and injury. Adding to the danger, the lightning bolt traveled along a metal cable and the water. This increased the risk of injury for anyone in the water. When lightning strikes a metal structure in water, The electricity has a direct path of least resistance to flow through, unlike dry land where electricity may dissipate quickly into the ground. Water conducts electricity much more efficiently if the water temperature is warm, containing dissolved minerals and salts. Conductivity is even higher. Human bodies contain around 55 to 60% water, so when in contact with highly conductive water, our bodies become better conductors of electricity. That's why the effects of lightning strikes are more severe in water than on land. This incident serves as a reminder that lightning can strike even when the sky looks clear, especially around large bodies of water. If thunder is heard at all, as vague as it may sound, immediately move out of the water and seek shelter. Never assume you're safe just because the sky is sunny and clear. Here are additional tips. Avoid contact with metal structures like fences, cables, buoys, or docks and are near water during thunderstorms. If such facilities are necessary for safety, ensure they're connected to proper grounding systems. If you're at a lake or beach, consider bringing a portable lightning detector or continuously monitoring weather updates on NOAA weather radio or smartphone app. Remember, even if you're not directly struck by lightning, the intense electromagnetic pulse can still affect nearby people and objects, causing injury or damage. Please stay safe and weather aware, especially during summertime when thunderstorms and pop-up storms are common. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to see more.